if I want to simplify this, first thing we do is focus in on the numbers. Negative 12, negative 2 divided by 12. That reduces to negative 1/6. Next, focus on the a values. Now you hopefully understand that's a to the first. So you're going to have a to the negative second minus 1. Again, when you divide, you subtract powers, so it's negative 2 minus a 1. For the b's, you're going to have 5 minus 7. And for the c's, that doesn't help very much. There's nothing to combine with. So instead of going, c to the 0 minus this, what do negative powers do? If it's on the bottom, where's it going to go? To the top. So that simply becomes c to the third, because that moves to the top. Now, could you also think of this as c to the 0? 0 minus negative 3. 0 minus negative 3 would be positive 3, because that would be c to the 0. There's no c up there. Anyways, what we now have is, it looks like we have 1 over 6. And when you subtract, you combine these, negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. That becomes a negative 2, and that's still c to the third. Negative powers drop, so the answer could be written different ways, but I'm going to leave the negative 6 on the bottom. Take this negative to the bottom with a 6. I don't need to write 1 on top, because there's going to be a c to the third on top. I don't need to put 1 times c to the third. And then both these negative powers are going to be on the bottom. There's your answer. Number 2. If I want to simplify this, the first step is to take this third power and you're going to cube each piece right here. So you're going to cube each piece. So negative 2 to the third, x squared to the third, and y to the negative fifth to the third. We'll take care of this in a second. Let's first focus on the first piece. That gives us negative 2 to the third is negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which is negative 8. X squared to the third is x squared, x squared, x squared, which you basically multiply the powers. So that's going to be x to the 6th. And here, you multiply the powers, you get y to the negative 15th. So that's the first piece. Bring down the second piece. Now, we have these two pieces. Now we want to multiply these two pieces. So let's take the numbers. Negative 8 times 3 is negative 24. We have a x to the 6th and simply x. So that's going to be x to the 6th plus 1. Remember, when you're multiplying, you add the powers. When you multiply, you add the powers. So we just added those. And then this right here, combine the y's, well, we have negative 15 plus 4. So that ends up being negative 24, x to the, 6 plus 1 is 7. Negative 15 plus 4 is, looks like that would be negative 11. And is that an okay answer? No, we're not allowed negative powers. So my final answer is this, because the negative power drops. But don't forget the negative here. Now some people, because they think this is negative, because it's negative, they think it goes to the bottom, because they assume it's a power. It's not a power. It's just a negative 24. It stays on top. That is only negative powers drop to the bottom, not negative values.